What up, guys? Your friendly neighborhood nerd scum here. I had a few minutes before I had to get into work today, so I'm going to have the Harley Quinn 25th anniversary issue review out here later on tonight, but I just wanted to talk about Marvel Generations. Jean Grey, Phoenix. Real quick. So I do want to say this. This book has some pretty nice art in it. Specifically, out of the things Marvel's been doing, there are a lot of things in the art style of this book that are contrary to what seem to be their general edict and standard for the way characters are drawn. I'm not going to go further into detail on that, but the artwork was very nice. Beyond that, this book is pointless garbage. Pointless, ineffectual garbage. So already we've seen from the Hulk book that came out last week that these books don't matter. They take place in like this void, inner space place that isn't another timeline, and it's not really another dimension. It's just a vacuum in which these stories can happen with no real ramifications except for basically allowing the new legacy characters like Amadeus Cho and the young Jean Grey from another timeline to interact with their predecessors and determine that they are just as good or better than them. So honestly, most of this book is fine until you get to the latter half of it, where Jean Grey, older Jean Grey, who is already fully in touch with her Phoenix power but has not gone Dark Phoenix yet, young Jean Grey is asking her all these questions about the Phoenix, and older Jean Grey is like, well, why do you want to know about the Phoenix? Well, duh! Okay? Even at that point in older Jean Grey's history, she knows that the Phoenix is a big deal and that it's potentially dangerous, so a younger version of her asking questions about it is obvious why she wants to know. So automatically that is massive points against older Jean Grey. Jean Grey is a character who has been written in varying ways with varying degrees of success. But this is among the worst written depictions of her. She is pretty much all-powerful, but kind of clueless. But furthermore, they go out into space because she wants to show her about the Phoenix powers, and they end up fighting Galactus, and old school Jean Grey gets her butt kicked by Galactus's minions and stuff. And then out of nowhere, young Jean Grey sucks the psychic energy out of everyone around her, a power that this version of the character, as far as I know, hasn't been established being able to do. So it really feels like you're just pulling a brand new power out of her butt because it's convenient to the story, which is a thing comic books do from time to time. But in this particular story, it really goes to show that this younger version of the character has no real connection or correlation with the older version. It's a new character that's been packaged in a completely different way, and they're only using the name of the old character to try to get you to buy this character's books. So anyway, she pulls together all this psychic energy and focuses it into one punch, and in one punch, she takes down Galactus. That's right, she takes down Galactus with one punch. But then Galactus starts to get back up, and she's like, oh no, I think I made him angry. But then old school Jean Grey is like, no, you saved the day. So then, we move past that, and young Jean Grey, knowing all the bad things that are going to happen to old Jean Grey, is like, oh, well, it's like the classic time travel trope of well, should I tell her these things that are going to happen, or should I not? Will it even matter in the Marvel Universe, considering it's been, I feel like, especially with Secret Empire going on right now, they keep talking about how, you won't actually change time, but create an alternate timeline. And eventually she decides not to do it, that that's the best thing to do. And out of nowhere, the Watcher shows up to tell her that she made the right choice and did the right thing because she's super awesome. Because that's what the Watcher does, traditionally, in Marvel Comics. Whenever low-powered characters do insanely crazy things, he just shows up to let them know, you're awesome. That's my only job in Marvel Comics, is to let the audience know that you're an awesome character. Because I'm a cosmic character, And why would I say that you're awesome unless it's a fact? But the truth is, young Jean Grey is written about as blandly and boringly as she is in every other book. A lot of the things that they do to try to differentiate her from the old school Jean Grey are boring and not interesting. And the only reason I harp on this is because the whole point of this book is to convince, like, all of the people who are fans who picked up all these generations, who are picking up these generations books. It's because they're hoping to see, like, a story with the old hero that they love. And they're willing to give, like, the new heroes, who some people like them, some people don't, they're willing to give them a shot or excited to see the team up. But inevitably, the two books we've got so far are about, hey, you remember that old version of the character? Screw them. They're outdated and they suck and nobody likes them, and these new characters are really better. But there's not any effort put in to make these new characters better. They're just better because we're told they're better. And we're supposed to accept it without any effort put into the writing or the development of these characters. So, in closing, the second part of Marvel's Generations, Jean Grey and the Phoenix, it sucks, man. And I wouldn't recommend it. The art's pretty nice, but, you know, spend your money on something else. Anyway, guys, I'm not going to harp on this any longer. I've really been trying to do a little bit more positive videos, but this one was really bad and really frustrating. So let me know what y'all think in the comments. If you like it, give it a like. If not, give it a dislike. I don't care. No one's really listening to me anyway. Take it easy, guys.